Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 8. Is it number 8? Yeah, 4 and 4. That's 8, all right. Episode 8 of the Slightly Influenced podcast. My name is Austin, joined with co-host
Paul.
That's Paul over there. We get into the spiciest, hottest, everything you want to hear, news stories of the week. But honestly, this week, and if you can see behind us here, we got the NBA. This is the NBA playoff edition. The NBA playoffs have just started, and we're going to hit this heavy. So if you're an NFL fan, if you're an MLB fan, I'm a little bit sorry. We're going to be a little bit light on those topics this week. But this week, we are tackling this full force. And we hope even if you don't watch basketball, you have a somewhat idea of what you're going to see play out here this next month and a half. So, Paul, before we get into the NBA playoffs, how's been your week, Paul? It's been a while since I've seen you on the other side of the table. I kind of don't like being this far from you, bud.
Yeah, no, dude. It's been a while. It's a little while. There's a lot of baseball going on, man. You know, we're full swing right now. We're 10 games out of 75 right now. So about a seventh of the way there to the season. So
Damn, already?
long road ahead, but we're chugging along. So TBD.
What's your favorite inning in baseball?
The last one.
When it ends?
Yeah. You know what my least favorite one is?
The first inning?
The extra ones.
The 10th?
Yeah.
You ever been to I've been to a lot of softball games, and sorry folks at home if you're watching, but this is true. Just admit it to yourself. You ever been to like a softball game or a baseball game, not like a high level one, where it's like kind of already a blowout and like an obvious ball comes in and the ump's like, I'm trying to get out of here. Strike! You know what I mean?
You got parents and fucking brothers and sisters yelling and shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, man, if I was an ump, first of all, I got a lot of respect for those like high school and especially like the younger kid umps who are like dealing with dads. I think it's so fucking a huge deal. Their son's playing a fucking like 15-year-old game, you know? Take it so seriously. I feel like there's a lot of heckling going on in those games towards the umps.
Could you
know?
imagine?
Well, Justin played baseball. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, there's.
Nope.
Wrong one. Yeah, no, there's there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
No, there's definitely times where we'd see some fights. And-
Fights?
Yeah, and we're like 13, bro. So
Like the umpire is swinging?
no, like the parents start just going back and forth, and then they're just fighting each other
With each other or like with the ump?
with each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like baseball is the only sport like that. You know, I played soccer growing up. I didn't see not one fisticuffs duel on the sideline. You know what I mean? I guess there's a lot more calls that the umpire has to make in baseball as relative to other sports. You know what I mean?
It's a lot more subjective, I think. You know, 'cause it's kind of just like your call at home plate if it's a striker ball compared to other sports where it's like, oh, it's a first down or it's not a first down. It's kind of very obvious at that point. But balls and strikes kind of just one dude's word against another's, you know?
Yeah.
So
I will say, if I was a middle school ump and number 14 came up to bat and he got struck out and his dad was like, "Hey, you son of a bitch! Hey, Blue!" I'd get out my little notebook and I'd write like number 14 will strike out every at bat unless he hits the ball. Like I would be a vindictive umpire. You know what I mean?
I think they can like forfeit games for their team too if parents keep talking shit. I saw a video of that where ump just like called the game for the other team. He's like, "You guys fucking lose. Shut the fuck up. Stop yelling at me."
And then you hear some like lady in the back like, "God damn it, Craig! Stop talking."
Look what you did, Craig.
Alrighty. Well, that is, that's a controversial opinion. I would probably say you're probably more safe playing tackle head-to-head collision football than baseball as a child. But, that's just my personal opinion. But getting into the NBA playoffs, what would you say, Paul, of all the matchups on the table, is the most interesting to watch?
Well, prior to about an hour and a half ago, I would have said the Clippers Suns series. But, Kawhi is back to load management. Good old load management. Kawhi Leonard is back in action.
What are we doing?
Yeah, so now it's Russell Westbrook versus Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton.
Suns in 5.
Suns in 5, most likely. You never know. Maybe we go down 3-1 and Paul George and Kawhi come back. And maybe it's a miracle we come back. But I think we can go ahead and call it, though. I think it's over with.
So
It's over.
two things can happen here, Paul P. We can either have a official stamped, slightly influenced podcast picks, or we can differ here. So I say we go through this one by one, and we determine what we think's going to happen.
I'm with it.
So we're going to start with the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. I think that's just a 4-game sweep
Yeah.
for the Nuggets.
Yeah, it's going to be over very soon.
Then we got the Suns and the Clippers. Like we said, I think the Suns are going to win that home in 5.
Probably.
That's tough, bro. If the Clippers had Paul George and Kawhi, wasn't taking a break on them knees, I think they probably had a good shot. Good shot.
They look so good in game 1, man.
And then we got the Kings and the Warriors, and then we're gonna put a little asterisk by that series because there's some hot shit going on.
I want to go back to the Clippers game for a second, man.
Oh, go ahead,
Dude.
Please be my guest.
This is year 4 with Kawhi and PG. I think it's been every year
That
that
they've
shit's
been hurt?
happened. Yeah, postseason. It's been every year. It's like, how long do you keep trying it until you just say, hey, it's time to give it up? Like,
You know what I will say?
yeah.
I was watching the second game, the Suns versus the Clippers, and in the fourth quarter, like Chris Paul was going ham. Did you see that? He was like making mid range after mid range. I mean, that's pretty much all he does, And I was like, ain't no way in hell all 3 of the Suns' big 3 are staying healthy till the finals, because he was playing like 39 minutes. He's 38 years old.
Yeah.
He's gonna pull that hammy. They're going to be in trouble if Chris Paul goes down, because he really does run their offense.
I'm over it, though. Go ahead. Clippers, Kings, Warriors. I don't want to talk about the Clippers anymore, man. I'm too sad to talk about them.
I think the Kings are going to win this thing in 4.
I don't know about 4, man. They're going to get 1 at home.
You don't think that Draymond suspension just sends it over the edge?
I don't think it matters. They're going to get 1, maybe 2 at home.
Okay, so you think it's in 6?
Yeah. So, well, this is the thing about the Warriors. They're the best home team in the NBA,
Uh-huh.
and then they're the worst, like the worst road team in the NBA too. So I get why they lost those first 2 away games,
Sure.
but we'll see tonight. I could see them winning in 7. To be honest, the Warriors. I feel like they'd come back, get 2 at home, maybe lose 1 more on the road, and then just went out from there.
So okay. So you think you got Warriors in 7?
It'll be Kings or Warriors in 7. It's going to go 7 regardless.
You think it's going 7?
Yeah.
You don't think Draymond Green? Okay, let's go ahead and talk about this since we're getting up on it. So this is entering into game 3, folks, as we're filming this. Keep in mind, do y'all know what today is? What is particular about today, Justin, off
420.
camera? It is 420.
Today's 420.
shit.
Yes, sir. So today's 420, so they're about to play the 3rd game. Draymond Green. Let's pour one out for Draymond Green, you know what I mean?
Shot for Draymond.
Let's take it.
Yeah.
Take a shot for Dre. Come on now.
What are we drinking? Ooh, that has got. It's a curious smell to it.
Ooh.
What was that smell? It's like Nutella and.
It's a curious.
Jesus Christ.
Do you want to tell the folks at home what we're drinking?
We're drinking. The peanut butter is so strong into my nostrils, bro. It's peanut butter and jelly whiskey.
Ooh.
But it's so much fucking peanut butter, dude. I don't know. Smell this and tell me
All
I'm
right,
not
let me give it
tripping,
a good
dude.
whiff. This is your shot glass, by the way.
Okay.
You lost the glass. Oh my god.
It's a lot of peanut butter, right?
That's like even more specific though. It's like stale peanuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like the peanuts when you go to Texas Roadhouse, like on the ground peanuts. It's those peanuts.
Yeah. Like been stepped on kind of peanut.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? I get no jelly.
No, not at all. Yeah.
None.
Peanut butter whiskey. Here we go. Justin, cheers.
Hey, shout out to Draymond.
Shout
Draymond
out
Green,
Draymond.
everybody.
Oh, I taste the jelly.
You taste jelly? I don't get much jelly. That's what
Just
are
like
you getting?
it tastes like grape.
What are you sipping on it over there?
It smells phenomenal, man. I just want
That's
to
so
sniff
weird.
it.
It like got stuck in my throat like it was peanut butter. Like it's thick. Is it thick to you? Like syrupy?
I think you taking this too serious, Paul.
I think you're allergic to peanut butter.
I'll start breaking out in hives here in a second. Like,
Does this smell like fire to you? Alrighty. So, in game 2, it was a close game. And folks, if you don't know at home, Draymond Green is the ultimate shit talker. Do you like Draymond Green?
I'm a huge Draymond fan, actually.
Huge Draymond fan.
I don't like the whole playing dirty and shit talking he does, but as a player, his game, I like his game a lot.
Okay, that's fair. You know what I was thinking about Draymond the other day? The perfect equivalent is Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit smaller, but yeah. Well, they're not about the same size, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They just grab boards. I mean, he wasn't as good as playmaker. Dennis wasn't as good as playmaker as Draymond is, but like they fill the same role in their team, you know? They're like the loudmouth come eat my ass type. You know
I was looking at Dennis Rodman's stats the other day, actually. It's weird you said that.
Okay.
There was a season where he averaged like 20 boards a
Uh-huh.
game.
He like
Like-
had the rebound crown for like 5, 6, a lot of years, I think, actually.
Dude, like that's crazy to think about. To average 20 rebounds a game, bro, that's insane.
The dude didn't put up shots. Anyways, so Draymond Green is known for being a disturber. What's like a good word for that? You know what I mean? Like,
Disruptor.
yeah, okay. Triggering the disruptor, and then so they're playing the Kings, and it was in the fourth quarter, I believe, and a Kings player fell down, and he was protecting his face, and Draymond Green just comes out of nowhere and stomps him. Or is that what happened? What really happened was the Kings player fell down, grabbed Draymond's foot for some reason. Draymond reacted poorly. We can all say that. And stomped on the guy for grabbing his foot. And now Draymond Green is suspended for the 3rd game. And he's a big loss. I mean, he was a defensive player of the year at one point in time in his career. He's not that anymore. But
He
I don't
did,
know.
He did stomp on him, though.
so what is your opinion on the whole situation?
If it was
Because he got thrown out of the game and he got suspended for the next game.
If
So
it
he's
was
missing 2.
Yeah, if it was an isolated incident, it'd be like, okay, well, let's not suspend him for the next game. But this is like a reoccurring, habitual thing with him.
He's a line stepper,
Yeah,
habitually.
it's happened multiple times. Yeah.
Okay. So you're fine with suspending him.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened multiple times. The dude just keeps doing it. So yeah,
It's like the Ron Artest situation. Remember when he elbowed James Harden in the back of the head? You just got to get rid of him. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I will say, I think the next game suspension was a little bit too much. Write that down, folks. That if every NBA player says the suspension was too much, then it was probably too much.
it's happened before with him. He got suspended playoff games before.
I know he's got suspended playoff games before, but like a guy just got stomped on. You've never seen somebody get stomped on before? Are you not on TikTok?
You can't do that, dude. It's basketball.
What do you mean?
You can't stomp on people.
Yeah, you can. You've never played in the park, bud. I've seen at least 5 people get stomped on in one game one time.
It was just so blatantly obvious too.
Yeah, it
He
was.
just stomped the shit out of him. You know, like lifted his knee too. You know,
Really like
a little
rotated the
wind up.
hips over,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So all that being said, I think because of the suspension, I think that Warriors won't win one game. I think they're gonna lose this next game, and because of that, they're just gonna they're gonna lose in 5 maybe. They'll win the next game at home and then lose away.
They're really good at home, dude.
Dude, if the Warriors are gonna win in 7, they have to win a
One-
road
They
game.
have to win one road game.
I know.
Well, 2 actually. Yeah, they have to win 2 road games.
Dude, the Kings are good, bro. They're moving.
They're just quick.
They're quick.
They're very fast. Yeah.
They got to be one of the best teams in the league, and we ain't got no stats this week yet again. They got to be one of the best teams in the league in transition point. I know De'Aaron Fox is the highest scorer in the 4th quarter.
I believe it.
So that's a tough team to try and get over. But then we go a little bit further down the list. We got this to me is one of the most interesting series. It's almost like somebody predicted a team right down here to make the playoffs in the first place. I said 6. They're at the 7th seed. I would argue at this point in time you'd rather want the 7th seed over the 6th seed. Call me crazy. But I think I got the Lakers winning this series.
Well, John Morant's not playing this next game.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers are already up 1, so if they go up 2, it's gonna be hard to beat them. I think.
They played last night, bud.
Oh, they already wait. It was 1-1.
It's
1-1. Yeah. So
So
Jaw's
Ja
not
didn't
playing
play.
the next game either.
Correct.
Yeah.
Probably not
So they lost.
without Jaw.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I know. But it's still at Grizzlies. So they
Yeah.
won one at Grizzlies, and now they're going back to the Lakers. Crypto Center.
Yeah. I mean,
That's going to be a tough series. I think this is probably going to 7.
maybe.
Yeah.
If it does, it's hard to bet against LeBron too.
Damn, ain't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got the Lakers. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
So then we'll transition to the other side of the board. Paul, why don't you lead us off? What do you think about the Bucks and Heat? That's a tough series to try and
Is it
figure out.
the Bucks Heat?
Yeah.
No, dude.
The Heat won game 1.
Dude, the Bucks are gonna win out.
Do you think Giannis is going to come back? If Giannis doesn't come back, I'm not sure, dude.
I think it'll be fine without him, dude.
You really think so?
I think so, dude. Yeah.
Okay, so you got the Bucks winning in 6.
What is it 1-1 right now? Probably 5.
Okay.
I think Bucks are winning out. Yeah.
Alrighty, so we're moving down into the Knicks and Cavaliers series. That's, to me, that's probably the closest series in the East. I don't know about you. I don't think it matters because they'll get destroyed by the Bucks in the next round, whoever wins. But honestly, I think I got the Cavaliers.
I think I like the Knicks, man. The Knicks
Really?
kicked ass that game 1. I didn't watch game 2. You couldn't tell. But from that game 1, they looked pretty fucking good. So I'm gonna go with the Knicks.
So the reason I'm going to pick the Cavaliers in 7, 1, they have home court advantage. 2, well, I guess they lost it because they lost at home. But they got Donovan Mitchell. And I would care to wager on the court, he is the best player in that series.
Playoffs or regular season?
Right now,
He's not a historically great playoff performer, man.
he has
I don't know.
more playoff points than like a majority of people his age.
I guess in that series, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Jalen Brunson a lot. It's been balling. But I guess it could go either way. I still got the Knicks though.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. So that's the first change up. Paul has the Warriors in 7, and he's got the Cavs or the Knicks winning. I got the Cavs and the Kings winning. And then we got the 76ers and Nets. That's just a blowout. That's just going to be 76ers 4-game sweep right there. And then we got the Celtics and Hawks, and that's another blowout. That's going to be a
Same
4-game
thing.
sweep right
Yeah.
there.
And then back to the top left, huh?
Mhm.
So we got all the first ones done with.
So it's going to be Nuggets versus Suns.
Yeah, go ahead and get the Suns. Yeah.
You got the Suns on
Yeah,
this one?
Nuggets are going home.
I think I got the Nuggets. I think I got the Nuggets. So this is going to be
Dude.
split decision,
Man,
not unanimous.
how many times have you seen the same situation with the same team, the same core team with the Nuggets? They do this shit every year. They ball out regular season, then playoffs come, they can't fucking do anything.
Well, here's what I'll say. Basketball is all about matchups. It really is. There's only 5 dudes on the court at one point in time. I think the Nuggets match up really well versus the Suns.
I think it's the opposite, man.
You think so?
Every year they get fucking exposed with Jokic on the pick and roll, man. So D-Book's gonna have a pick and roll situation. Jokic's gonna switch to fucking D-Book. He's gonna get killed mid-range, man. It happens every year.
Yeah, but you don't think the same would occur on the other side of the court with Jamal Murray when they get switched DeAndre Ayton onto him?
Aiton's way better defensively than Jokic is. Jokic is a fucking cone on defense.
I think that's a bold claim
Jokic
to
is
make.
the worst like defensive center, one of the worst defensive centers in the league, bro. He's awful at defense. He doesn't play any defense.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just see when the Suns and the Nuggets play, huh? You know what I mean? So this is where we'll split finally. So in my humble estimation, it's probably going to be the Kings versus the Lakers. I mean, or it might be the King. The fucking NBA wants the Warriors versus the Lakers. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Adam Silver's licking his chops right now. He's like, "Why y'all got to fucking? Why are you suspending Draymond? You're killing the matchups."
I still think the Warriors pull out the Kings, but go ahead with the.
Okay, so if the Warriors beat the Kings and the Lakers beat the Grizzlies, who's winning that series? The Warriors versus the Lakers.
Probably the Warriors.
Wow. So you got the Warriors back in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. That's what they do. They win, bro. That's what they do. They just win.
You know, I would be half tempted. I'd be half tempted, folks at home, to put the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
Think about what you're saying right now.
but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be actually kind of. I think it's going to take them to get to 7 games to beat the Grizzlies. So I really don't without Ja Morant. So
Yeah.
I think, honestly, I think out of these 4 teams right here, the best one that has the opportunity to make it to the Western Conference Finals
Probably the Kings.
is probably the Kings, man. But I don't know. I don't know if I can believe in you.
It's still the Kings.
Still the Kings. You haven't won a playoff game since 2003. The Kings have not won a playoff game since 2003. Yes, I'm watching them.
The West is so open where, like, if any 4 of these teams made the Western Conference Finals, apart from the Lakers, I guess, to be the long shot there, I'll be like, okay, that makes sense. You know?
So what you're trying to say is basketball's back, baby.
Yeah.
Basketball is back for years, like
Yeah.
damn near a decade. It was just like, okay, can't wait to
LeBron.
watch the Warriors and the Cavaliers play in the finals. You know what I mean? Anything can happen. Anything is possible.
Don't count out the Clippers.
Don't count out the Clippers. I think, you know what? I don't even think Kawhi, hot take, I don't even think Kawhi and Paul George like playing for the Clippers.
I don't think they like playing basketball, period.
No, they're not willing to sacrifice.
No, they don't like playing basketball.
Kawhi's like, oh,
They like living in California and going home on the weekends, you know? That's really it. Like,
what do you think of Steve Ballmer? And ladies and folks
Oh, I
at home,
love
Steve
Steve
Ballmer's
Ballmer.
Clippers
Yeah.
Clippers owner.
we need enthusiasm like that from the ownership on the side, you know? Like,
Mm-hmm.
he loves his team. He loves basketball. That's good. A lot of these owners don't even fucking watch basketball.
I
You
couldn't
know, like-
name you. I couldn't name you. Like, who's the Timberwolves owner?
I have no idea.
Best believe if I owned an NBA team, I'd be making my name known, like Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Y'all motherfuckers gonna know who I am. I own this bitch.
I'm surprised Fertitta's not more involved with like Rockets games. I know they're shitty right now.
Fertitta?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The Rockets.
Yeah. Because he's with UFC and he does all that shit with UFC all the time. He's never at like Rockets games, so.
I bet you money if they were in the Western Conference Finals, we'd be seeing his
Oh,
face
well,
on
yeah, but
on our TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time they even aired a Rockets game on national television?
true.
Okay, so we're moving on. I'll give you the Knicks just because I want to see the people of New York dance in their Timbs. That is the only reason I'll give you the Knicks. So you got the Bucks, dead ass B.
Dead ass.
You got the Bucks versus the Knicks in the next round. Who you got?
Bucks.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you got to me, this will be the most interesting series in the East, the 76ers and the Celtics.
Yeah, that should be a later game, and it sucks it's round 2. But
That is so tough.
yeah, it's gonna be the Celtics, man, in a tough series, tough battle.
That's probably going to 7, huh?
Yeah, probably.
That's going to be tough. You know what I think is going to make the deciding factor? I think James Harden just ain't who he used to be, man.
I agree.
Them strippers. You fell in love with them strippers. It
And
just ain't going to work
food,
no
He
more.
loves that McDonald's
Woo!
20-piece nugget.
He got that Brian Ponzio order.
Yeah. Get the
You know what I mean?
McFlurry extra large. Yeah.
He ordering that McDonald's to save for
Yeah,
later. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
He woke up with 20 Jack in the Box tacos on his front porch. You dig?
He ordering DoorDashes. Don't remember them shits coming in, fam. Yeah, so I think James Harden probably will. I'm gonna make this point here too, and I hope some Boston Celtics players like this Instagram reel we make from this. I don't think there is a more racist audience to play in front of than the Boston Celtics, like arena. You know
Boston
what I mean?
sports period, I think.
Yeah.
Just
And
awful.
that's wild to think about because I don't think of the Northeast as particularly being super racist.
Oh, New England's awful. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
God,
awful.
dude.
Yeah, it's really bad.
So I used to work with an SEC team. So I used to go from SEC stadium to stadium. And when I was in Mississippi, let me tell you, I heard some things that can't be repeated. You know what I mean? I can only imagine what it's like in Boston. Why Boston? I feel like everybody up there is mean.
You seen The Departed?
Yeah, what about it?
A lot of M-bombs in that movie. A lot of them.
Inappropriate M-bombs.
Very inappropriate.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't say that.
No.
I don't care if it's written in the script.
That's a recent movie. It's
Like 2006.
Yeah, it's 06. Yeah.
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 Well, how do you know that so definitively?
I watched it this week.
And you just looked up the date the movie
I
came
mean, it
out?
says it on like HBO. It
Okay,
says like came
fair
out in
enough.
2006. You seen Departed? Film guy over here? You like The Departed?
The way you're describing it sounds like Tarantino directed it, but I know that's not
I don't know who
true.
Is there
directed it.
feet?
It's
No.
it's not Nolan, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
It's got
Oh, I know who it is.
it's got Marky Mark. It's got
It's Morton Scorsese.
is it Scorsese?
Yeah, it is Scorsese.
It's got Jack Nicholson.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio's
I
in
have
there.
seen it.
It's really
I
good.
have seen it like
Yeah.
a long time ago though.
It's really good.
That's how you know it's a Scorsese film because it's got Leo in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Yeah.
Also,
movie.
I'm gonna say this right here. Oh, my bad. Did I cut you off?
It's a good movie. That's what I want to say.
I was just gonna say Leonardo DiCaprio did not deserve that fucking Oscar. You need to take it away from him
Oh, the Bear movie
for the Bear movie.
Yeah.
He
Who
deserved
cares,
an
man?
Oscar way fucking before that. Just give him the Oscar. You know who didn't deserve an Oscar?
Will
Which
Smith.
is most, no, or yeah, him. Or
Well,
actually, no, that film was phenomenal. Needed an
It was
amazing
a
job.
great movie.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Jamie Lee Curtis did not deserve
what
a
did she
fucking
get one for?
Oh, Everything,
She got one
Everywhere,
for everything,
All at
everywhere,
Once.
all at once.
She's in that
dude.
movie? I
Yeah.
never saw that movie.
Yeah,
That was like an Asian film.
It is, but she's like the only white character in the movie.
Oh, so they came and
Gave it
so
to
it's
her.
not really an Asian movie.
What does that mean? No, it is not really an. It's an A24. Is that what it is? Like the production company?
Is it in English?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a foreign film.
Oh no.
Oh, I never seen
No.
it. Oh.
No, it's just whitewashed Asian
Oh,
movie. That's
okay.
all it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Crazy Rich Asians.
pretty much same shit.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But you know what? I'll give him credit. It was a very all right movie. Not better than The Whale. Sorry. You didn't see any of those critically acclaimed movies because you just sit there. You know why you didn't see any of these Oscar award winning movies, Paul? Because you're too
What?
busy watching fucking Doctor Strange 19
Oh,
and Ant-Man 7. Who gives a fuck, man? They just introduced the big bad Thanos in the new Ant-Man movie. They can't even use him anymore because he's sexually assaulting people.
oh my god, that is so funny, dude. Did you watch the
Allegedly.
the post credit scene for that movie? I never watched the movie, but I saw the post credit scene.
Oh, where all the dudes are like
Yeah.
cheering in the stadium.
They established that every multiversal version of him is the same fucking actor, bro. In a universe where you have like fucking 5 different Spider-Man actors, it's one Jonathan Majors for every Kang, you know, like, and you can't use him anymore because he fucking rapes women and beats them, you know, like, allegedly.
Allegedly. I'll say this right here. If you want to get touched, there's 2 places you can go. Okay? A Catholic church, allegedly, and Hawaii with Ezra Miller and Jonathan Majors, allegedly.
That's a thing too with the Flash movie. They're keeping that shit rolling, man.
Why
They're
not?
keeping that shit going, bro.
It's all trash CGI anyways. You can't just replace the guy. You know,
You
we
think
can't just
so, right? Yeah.
copy and paste George Clooney's face on this guy. You know what I mean? What are we doing, folks?
That's gonna be a good movie, from what I'm hearing. The
What,
Flash,
Flash?
movie, yeah.
Paul, man. Go watch. Stop.
How many times do you have to get burned?
I'm a product of the fucking industry, man. I'm a sheep.
Go watch
Such a sheep, dude.
watch a movie that won an award. How
Did
about
you?
that?
Watch a non-superhero movie.
Watch a nonfiction movie. You know what
That
I
is
mean?
nonfiction.
They're all non.
I,
Did you watch the new Mandalorian season? Don't do it.
No.
Yeah.
No,
don't
I
do it.
haven't,
Yeah.
bro. you just, you know what you do? You fill up your life with trash media.
I want something to be good so bad because I'm a fan of this shit, right? You know, I love Star Wars. I like the whole Marvel shit. I'm bigger on Star Wars than I am Marvel, I guess. But like, I care so much about it that I want it to be good, and when it's not good, I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing, man? Like, why are there not people in charge of this shit who actually care about Star Wars? You know?
How hard could it be?
Yeah, bro.
You know
watch,
what I
watch
mean?
a fucking like a fan theory video on YouTube and just fucking do that shit, man. It's better than half the shit they're putting out.
It's because those
Like-
films, Paul, are about money. They're about money.
Selling
They're
toys
fucking
and
owned by
shit.
Disney. They're
Yeah.
about selling merch, getting people to the theme parks, and they're about fucking money. You need to watch some fucking guy who's trying to fucking make his career.
The
out some
original
shit.
Star Wars movies was a guy trying to make his career. Do you see what I'm saying? He was a no-name director that had this big idea that finally brought it to screen, and barely so. You know what I mean? And now they took that proof of concept and just started printing cash with it.
He should have never sold out.
He sold out in the fucking 3rd Star Wars movie.
He sold out to Disney after that.
No, but I'm saying my whole point. George Lucas has been selling out Star Wars since the beginning. The
It's-
Jawas
No.
and Revenge of the Sith was all about selling toys, buddy.
Yeah, I get that, but selling out to Disney is my thing. Because
That's
that's
the difference.
That's a guy who cares about the future and the plan of Star Wars and shit. When you sell it to a guy at Disney and you put fucking J.J. Abrams in the front seat, you know, he's gonna fuck it up, right? It's kind of a given. He's gonna fuck it up.
I think you're tripping. I think your shoelaces are tied together.
How?
I think it's
Did
because.
he not fuck it up?
What do you mean?
J.J.
You,
fucked up the whole thing.
you act
dude.
like George Lucas was some fucking shepherd of the Star Wars franchise. He gave us 3 of the worst movies of all time.
He shouldn't have directed them, right? He didn't direct the first 3.
So why do you think
Yeah.
he should be in charge of this shit?
The plans, not actually directing the movies. You know, get a real director to come do it, but still have the plans behind the whole
Okay,
make this shit happen.
that's fair.
He's not a director. He's not.
I guess my whole
like-
thing is like
Because he didn't direct the first 3, right? Who was the I can't think of his name. Who directed the first 3?
the first 3 Star Wars movies.
The original 3.
George Lucas did the first one, and then it was like another guy that did the second one.
No,
and
it
it was
was-
like split off between the third movie.
All 3 was Homeboy.
The first 3 Star Wars.
The OG
movies?
ones.
The very first movie was George Lucas.
I don't think it was. I thought it was Indiana Jones, same dude, maybe. What's his name? Fuck, I can't think of his fucking
Steven
name.
Spielberg did do some work
I
on
thought
episode
Spielberg
6.
was it not Spielberg.
I'm telling you what happened.
I don't
buddy.
know.
We got our producer off in the corner looking.
He
looking
directed
facts
all
up.
3.
It was George Lucas.
He directed all 3 first ones.
It was George Lucas, Irving Kershner,
What the fuck?
He did the
Richard,
second movie.
and then
Damn.
Richard Marquand. So it looks like it's been a bunch of different
Who's that
directors.
second guy? He fucking balled out on Empire Strikes Back.
He
Holy
really did.
shit.
He really
Yeah.
did. Because what happened was like it was non-union, so they had to bring in non-union directors, and it was like a whole thing. Trust me, I know all about it. Basically, George Lucas did like the easy shots of. Basically, he filmed all of Star Wars 1 because it was a no budget. You know, he was trying to make it happen. And then when Star Wars 2 came out, he was already famous, and the movie was famous. You see what I'm saying? So he did all the easy shots, and then that second guy did all the hard shots. And then he pretty much directed none of episode 6 or 3 at the time, however you want to fucking classify it.
Now, I will say Spielberg was given a production credit as assistant director on Revenge of the Sith.
It's like I fucking.
But other than that, it doesn't say that he really did much.
Revenge of the Sith or Return of the Jedi?
Revenge of the Sith,
Oh,
which is my favorite Star Wars movie.
the third one.
It's a really good movie. Yeah.
I really like the 6th one where he's fighting Darth Vader.
That's my favorite one.
all time.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite one
Yeah.
all time too.
I like the prequels, man. I like diving deeper in the whole shit. You know, a little more backstory.
Well, you know what I hate? Sand.
Jar Jar Binks.
It gets everywhere.
Yeah.
It's coarse. Alrighty. So we didn't actually finish off here. So let's go ahead and get to an end point on this. So we got the Nuggets versus Suns. Who are we picking? I guess
Suns.
you pick Suns, I pick Nuggets. You pick I think I got Kings here. Who you got? In the Western Conference Finals? God, I don't know if I can pick the Nuggets versus the Kings in the Western Conference. I don't think that's gonna happen,
yeah,
bro.
it's gonna be the Warriors.
You
Right?
think?
It's gotta be.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that can't happen. I think it's gonna be.
Would you be surprised if they came back down 2-0? I wouldn't be.
I would a little bit because of this whole
Like-
Draymond thing. I really would be.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a defense. I don't think they can defensively compete without Draymond out there.
Or they just shoot lights out, you know, where they don't have to play defense.
These 4 teams right here. These 4 teams is like the biggest question mark in the whole playoffs to me right here.
Yeah.
You know. Here, let's take
agree.
a shot real quick and then we'll settle up.
Peanut butter.
If Giannis is healthy, I think that the Bucks make it to the final. I think the Bucks beat the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I got Bucks win the whole thing.
Got Bucks winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna slot in the Bucks, and then who's coming out of the West? Because we got Nuggets versus Suns. You got Suns up here. Well, you got Warriors down here. So Suns versus Warriors.
We didn't touch on
The Celtics Bucks series.
yeah.
That's gonna be a tough series if it happens. I'm kind of half and half. I think it's either gonna be Bucks Celtics or Bucks 76ers. I don't know. I really could go either way, but I think the Bucks got both those teams.
I think regardless of who comes out of the Bucks Celtics, they're gonna win the whole thing.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think the East is the determining factor this
Yeah,
year?
for sure.
Man, that is tough. The thing I'll give the Bucks is they got hella size, man.
Deep too.
Very
Really
deep. Everybody plays defense. Most people can shoot. I like that
Celtics
team.
the same thing though, man. They play a lot of defense too, though.
They play a lot of defense, but I mean, who you putting on Giannis?
It's probably Robert Williams.
I mean, that just ain't that they ain't
No.
gonna cut it for me, dog. That really ain't gonna cut it. Man, I do think that series probably will go to 7. I think
Yeah.
that's a toss up. You could really go either way with the Bucks Celtics. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna stamp it for us. I think the Bucks are making it, bud.
I could see a Bucks Suns rematch in the finals.
Oh
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah,
huh?
think so.
And you think Bucks Suns rematch in the final? Who do you think wins that?
Bucks still.
Bucks still,
Yeah.
huh? Even with basically the same teams,
But
besides
plus
add KD.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
what I'll say. And I made a viral TikTok about how the Suns won't win a championship this year. And I made that TikTok because they're only going to play fucking 15 games before the playoffs start, and KD missed like 10.
And it showed that first game of the Clippers series.
Super show.
And they
He
kind of
didn't even-
lucked out that they got the Clippers the first round because now they got a kind of a cakewalk to kind of get their shit together and learn how to play together. But man, I don't think it's gonna matter, bro. I think the Bucks are that good.
You think the Bucks are that good?
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. It wouldn't surprise me if the Nuggets beat the Suns because, like, I know you were complaining that we see them together every year and it's the same shit every year, but there is something to say about chemistry and teammates that you build for years that you can, like, trust them to make certain plays. You know what I mean?
The only year I thought the Nuggets had a chance was that COVID year when they beat us down 3-1. They came back and won. Because Jamal Murray is dropping like 50-point games, and he's fallen off so heavy now, dude.
Well, hold on.
He's not even top 10 point guard anymore.
He dropped 40 points on the last game.
Did he?
Yeah,
I've
he
watched
sure did.
basketball all week, to be honest with you.
You haven't watched any of this shit?
Yeah. No.
Come on,
The
Paul.
past 2 or 3 days I haven't watched basketball.
Oh, it's tough. When the playoffs start up, I mean, it's a lot of basketball every single day. You know what I mean?
I've been off work the past 2 days, man. I've been doing shit.
What have you been doing?
Laying down in bed.
Just staring at the ceiling?
I've been staying at my girlfriend's house, just kind of chilling and bombing out, you know, just chilling.
So, Paul, you have a girlfriend and you, well, y'all been dating for a hot minute now?
Like 6 months.
6 months? That's a good time,
Yeah.
you know? If you talk to me and say, oh, I have a girlfriend and it's less than 6 months, you don't really have a girlfriend.
I agree.
In my opinion. You know
Well,
what I mean?
what? What does that mean?
Well, it's like, well, it's, I think you're taking it a certain way. I'm not trying to take it, brother. All I'm trying to say is like it's not serious enough. Like, do you know her middle name yet? Type beat. Like, have you even?
yeah.
Have you even taken her to Fazoli's yet? You know what I mean?
$2 trio Tuesdays, you know.
Like, if you've been dating for at least 6 months, I'd be like, okay, y'all kind of know each other. But
You know,
like,
Fazoli
got
doesn't
6
do that
months
shit
in.
anymore, right?
It's $3.99.
Used to be $3.
I know.
What is it now?
$2.99. It's $3.99.
Ah, the fucking inflation.
I know.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
Whoa. Low key gas is expensive, not gonna lie.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. It's Jover. It's all Jover.
It's all Jover.
Yeah.
It's all Jover, guys. But anyway, so you got a girlfriend, 6 months. Congratulations, you finally got a girlfriend. 6 months in. You know what I mean? So you go over to her apartment. Does she come to your apartment ever? Okay. Would you say it's a 50-50 split? Would you say you go over to her apartment more, your apartment more?
It depends on the schedule because we both have conflicting schedules and shit. But, you know, it's usually half and half. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
When you go over to her apartment, does she cook or does she pick up food?
oh, she don't cook. I do all the cooking. Yeah.
So you cook at her apartment.
oh, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So what do you whip up, boy? Boy, what you whip up, boy?
Ooh, I made some spicy rigatone last night. It was good. You know, I used the rigatoni I bought from the sandwich shop last time we were there.
That shit looked
The
delicious.
thick-
Not gonna lie.
It was too thick though.
It was a little bit too.
It was
thick.
damn near like
A little al dente.
it was like lasagna pasta. It was like so thick, you know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the lasagna
No,
pasta.
it was like too much.
What'd you
bro.
put? Just ground beef in that hoe?
No beef. No.
How'd you make it spicy?
Spicy rigatoni, just red pepper, you know, vodka sauce.
So it was just noodles and sauce.
I make the sauce, but like
I know, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like you
Yeah.
had no protein in that hoe.
I had a little bit of Italian sauce. We made meatballs too with that. Dropped
Okay.
those in there.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So when you go over to her house, what is the entertain? Okay, I'm so curious about this because I'm married, you know, so I don't get to experience this type of life, you know. What do you do? Like, if you're hanging out with your girlfriend, does she put on what's on the television?
We watched Harry Potter yesterday.
Who put that on?
I saw it like on her recommendations, or whatever. When you go to like the TV, I don't know what service. HBO, I guess it was.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, let's watch Harry Potter. 'Cause I never watched the last movie. They split them into two movies. The last episode, you know. So I never watched the last one, but I was big on the books as a kid, so I know what happens. But man, I was watching it. They deferred so much from the books, from the movie, on the last movie especially. It was way off the books, I thought.
So did you watch all the movies or just watch the last two?
I've seen all the other ones before a long time ago, but I never saw the last one. The last two, I guess, got split into two.
You know what's so wild to me about Harry Potter? Me and Jensen watched it just the other day. And we watched the first movie. And I was thinking to myself, this shit is so corny. Well, my whole thing is like when you watch the first movie, you're like, damn, this shit looks like 2002.
And
Right?
it is. Yeah.
And when you watch the last movie, you're like, damn, this shit looks like 2012.
Because
It
that's
is,
when
yeah.
it was made,
That's what-
bro.
yeah.
But
what it
that's
is.
my whole point is like
But you have to do it that way.
2002 and 2012 are so different in terms of like how movies look.
Take
Like,
Star Wars. They're using fucking figurines versus like now.
I mean, how else would you want to do it? That's kind of like how you have to do it, I think. Like, would you want different actors for each movie? Like,
no, I guess my whole point is I'm fine with the remake if everything is consistent throughout. Like make one solid product.
there was a movie I watched. It's called Boyhood. I don't know if you've seen that,
Sounds familiar.
I know about it,
but
they
it's
like
a
film a kid, right?
It's like a 15-year span, or I think it's like 10 years. It's like 10-year span. They filmed it throughout 10 years. It's the same actors, and they like came back every like year, and they filmed more shit. But it's like his like life growing up, and they filmed it. It's cool because you see different film styles as it evolves through like the 10 years. You know, it kind of
fair.
changes. It was cool.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I mean, technology's advanced.
Yeah,
All that. Filming techniques.
that was a great movie. I recommend that movie.
I'm just saying there's a reason they filmed Lord of the Rings all at once. Because it's one
That
story.
was one film session. All three movies.
The first one, I believe, was its own, and the next two were together. If that makes any sense.
But how much fucking like CGI is in?
Oh, that's what Avatar's doing all them
Lord of the
shits at
Rings.
once now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it just makes sense tonally.
yeah.
Well, see, the real
But
problem is
it's a like growing up story. Harry Potter is, you know, it's him going through school. You know, so it's kind of hard to do that on one session. It's him like growing up.
well, I honestly believe the Harry Potter movies were not designed to watch back to back to back.
Probably
Like,
not.
you know what I mean? Like because they're so different.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I mean, they never saw the whole streaming shit coming back then in like 2002. You know,
that's
like,
my point. That's why
yeah.
I'm so cool with a return. Here's what I do think. No, you can't use the original actors for remaking Harry Potter. You know what I mean? But I think you can sneak them in somehow. Make like Daniel Radcliffe like a professor.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Make him Snape.
But there's so much shit to like. Why not do like a post Harry Potter movie series?
They
You know,
already
like
did.
with the kids
Oh, wait,
and
they
shit.
did it,
you know?
before.
That I thought that was in the works. I guess they scrapped that, like a movie post.
They were doing the Beasts movies, but that was like before
That's
Harry
prequels.
Potter.
Yeah, it's prequels.
Why
It's
not
beca-
talk about someone else? Why not talk about fucking like someone else's backstory? Why like
Yeah.
Harry's the only? I mean, I guess he's the
That's like
chosen one.
remaking the Star Wars movie. It's
What
the
do
same
you
shit.
mean?
Like,
But it would be like if Star Wars was named Luke Skywalker, right? Imagine trying to
mean,
make another movie not
yeah.
using Luke Skywalker.
but if it was named something else, then yeah.
yeah, but it's named Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's about Harry Potter.
Oh,
All of the shit
It
is.
doesn't have to be though.
And that's why, and people were leaving mean comments on Instagram when I was shitting on the Harry Potter game when it came out. But what does everybody care about in that franchise?
The universe.
Harry Potter related shit.
The universe is cool. Everything in that shit is cool.
Everything you see at the Universal Studios fucking Harry Potter thing is all something Harry Potter interacted with in the movies.
I mean, yeah, he interacted with, but it's all shit in that universe. Other people interact with the same shit too. Like
I agree with Paul. It's the universe.
one of the
Hands down,
rides
it's
is like
universe.
the Green
I don't
Gots
know.
ride, right? Like there's like the bank ride ride. Like, yeah.
But who rode down the Gringotts ride?
Harry Potter did. So did like fucking a ton of other wizards too. You know. Like,
But
it doesn't
my
have to
whole
be-
point is you never saw the other
because
wizards.
they don't make other movies. That's my point. They need to make other movies with different characters, new
That's fair.
characters.
So I can't wait for the day that I have my own backyard. I don't know about you. Like I'm fucking praying on the day that I can own a backyard.
I can't wait to like mow my lawn and shit, bro. Oh.
Are you gonna get a?
There's 3 beers that are the best beers, right? There's a top 3.
What does that mean?
Listen.
What does this have to
Alright.
do with mowing lawns?
Listen, I'm getting
Okay.
there. All right. Top 3 beers are like shower beer when you're getting ready to go like to a tailgate. When you're in the morning, like when you're ready to go to tailgate, your shower
Okay.
and you drink a beer in the shower. Number 2 is the lawn mowing beer. Post mowing the lawn, you drink a beer. Out in the lawn, you just fucking mowed. You know that beer.
You just stand in it.
you just lay in it.
Front or backyard? Like looking at your
Probably
neighbors.
front. Yeah, let the neighbors look at
Shirt
you.
off?
Shirtless.
Shoes on or shoeless?
I'll probably have shoeless but socks on.
You're standing in freshly cut grass with socks.
Sitting in it.
Okay.
Because there are lawn mowing socks. They already got lawn. They got grass on them already. You know. Doesn't
I
matter.
mow my lawn barefoot.
Oh, you're asking for your toe to get
What
lost.
kind of
Yeah.
shoe do you wear when you mow your lawn?
I got beaters on. I got shoes that are meant for lawn mowing.
Okay.
They're like green tinted because there are so many lawns have been mowed in those shoes. Yeah.
That's fair. And third best beer,
Oh,
funeral beer.
funerals for liquor, bro. You're gonna drink a beer at a funeral.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it's a lake beer. You can't be a lake beer.
Ooh,
Yeah, it
like
could
a
be
boat beer.
Or a baseball beer, either one.
Ooh, a baseball
Yeah.
beer is always nice. You know,
Yeah.
you got a hot dog next to you.
Ooh, that combo's deadly. That's a good combo.
Woo,
Yeah.
brother. Man, I ain't never mowed my lawn not once, Paul, and thought to myself, I need a beer. I thought to myself, I need water. I'm gonna die because it's 100 degrees outside.
Well,
You know what I
Michelob's
mean?
close enough.
You got me there. Hey, according to the beer list last week, okay, Michelob apparently is getting the job done. But listen, I can't wait to own a backyard. One, so I can get a dog. I think it's inappropriate. Sorry, everybody at home. I think it's inappropriate to own a dog if you don't have a backyard.
Yeah, apartment dogs usually aren't turning out so well.
No,
That's like asking for shit and piss in your apartment.
get a cat or a fish.
Yeah.
You know what I
Turtle.
mean? A turtle's great for an
Yeah,
apartment.
turtle.
You know what I mean? Because they don't need space.
Where are they gonna go?
They can't ask for help. You know what I mean? Anyways, I can't wait for a backyard so I can get a dog, so I can drink a dog beer. You know what I
Dog
mean?
beer.
Just sit outside with your dog. You ever just sit outside with your dog, drink a beer?
Oh yeah.
You know what I
Me and
mean?
Duke had some bonding sessions for show.
Just give him a couple hard pats on the side. You know,
little soft pats.
man. You give him little soft pats. I mean, fucking Duke can't even feel that.
Well, I'm not patting the shit out of him. I give him little solid taps. I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
good boy. You dig?
You ever meet a dog? And sorry, folks at home, this is gonna hit close to some people. You ever met a dog that's like, damn, y'all need to just put it down?
No, yeah, actually, you remember?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
What's that dog's fucking name? The Shibu Inu that we were always babysitting at my mom's house.
Oh,
What's that dog's fucking name?
was it like Riley or
No,
something?
it was
Sonny or
fuck, man, it's gonna bother me. That dog was 17 years old, bro.
that's too old. Hey, that's too old to be a dog.
She was blind, and it wasn't our dog, so she wasn't used to like our furniture setup and shit. So she had no idea where she was going. She run to the wall every like 10 seconds,
See,
like face first.
if a dog goes blind, if a dog goes deaf, or if a dog loses a leg, do the dog a favor. Do the dog a favor.
No,
What do you mean?
no,
What are you saying?
no, bro, no, no.
Dude, I feel like, okay, being a blind human is really hard. Agree or disagree?
Agree, because you're going places. A dog, if you're a house dog and you're blind, you already know that fucking house anyways. You know,
You're still going places.
Where are they gonna go?
The backyard.
He knows that backyard already.
How do you know that? What do you mean? Was he Daredevil? He
where
can
did-
just find his way
Yes!
outside?
He spends there every day. Like,
What do you think he counts the step? The dog isn't smart enough.
If you were at your apartment
Okay.
and you were blind right now, would you be able to navigate your apartment?
Oh, well, see, you're comparing my intelligence to a dog.
Yes.
I am smarter. That's my point.
I'm talking about spatial awareness. That's all it is. That's all it is.
I don't think dogs have that.
Yes, they do. Bro, I
You
had a
just described a dog running into the wall.
her house, at her fucking owner's house, she was
Okay.
fine. Totally fine. But when she came to our apartment, she ran into
What are
walls
you,
and
Dr.
couches and
Phil?
shit.
You gave a psychological
It's just
analysis
common
of this
sense,
dog.
dude. Like, if you know an area, you're not gonna just lose the memory of it. You know, you still know where shit is.
Okay, that's fair.
It's just spatial
fair.
awareness. You
But
know?
no,
Like,
but you're saying it like you're a human. It's a dog.
I watched the dog do it, bro. I saw the dog do it.
Okay,
Like,
that's fair enough. But you're not disproving my point of just putting it down.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
What do you, dude?
Yeah.
Dude, don't you think a dog needs to see to be happy?
You can tell when a dog's not happy. And at that
How
point,
so? What is the telltale sign?
they shut down. Whenever they're ready to die, they shut down. They go run away. They hide.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they tell you that it's time to give up. But until they do that, bro, fuck that.
Listen, folks at home, euthanize your dogs if you need to. That's the only point I'm trying to get at. If
I'm
it's got
talking to
cancer,
you with that 3-year-old beagle. He keeps fucking yapping next to me in my apartment. Euthanize it.
no, I think if it's a healthy dog that can yap, let it yap.
Fucking beagles, man. Shut the fuck up.
What are you talking
You
about?
ever seen a beagle before?
I mean, maybe once.
Oh my fucking god, they bark like a motherfucker, man.
What
They
are you
bark
slandering
so
beagles
much.
right
Fuck
now?
beagles. Fuck beagles.
What do you hate military
Fuck
dogs?
beagles. Beagles are a tiny dog.
It's a military dog. They like sing with the trumpet. You know what I mean?
No, they don't.
Isn't that a beagle thing?
Beagles are tiny dogs.
Where the red fern grows. You know what I mean?
Is it a beagle?
I'm pretty sure it was a beagle. Yeah, we got the producer looking it up. I'm pretty sure it was a beagle that he picked up. And did you cry when you read where the red fern grows?
I remember reading that.
You didn't go to school, did
That was
you?
like elementary school, bro. That's so long ago. Like,
What is it, Justin? You pulling it up?
Yeah, it's a red-bone coon hound.
it's close
Beagle.
enough. That's close enough.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking close to a
Yeah.
beagle. So up next, we're gonna talk about just live music, and we've had a segment like this in the past, but we're gonna talk about live music and like shows, and in particular Coachella and Frank Ocean. But before we get into that, we're gonna get some PB and J. You already know. You already know.
Little
what I mean.
snack.
So Paul,
Does it not taste thick to you, like peanut butter? Like going down?
I'm pretty sure you're allergic. Like 90%. 90% confident. You might need to see a doctor after. Okay.
We're good.
Justin, are you Googling the closest hospital? Okay. So, Paul, you probably know a little bit more about this than I do, but go ahead and describe the Frank Ocean I'll call it a situation at Coachella.
Sure. So Frank Ocean has this thing where he doesn't make any public appearances, no social media, no interviews, no nothing really.
I'd probably be pretty similar if I was Frank Ocean, not gonna lie.
I'm missing a lot of money that way, but I mean, if you have it, then fuck it. I guess you're cool with that. But the last live show he did was in 2017 in New York City,
Shortly after his album came out.
about a year after.
Yeah.
Yeah. No tour, no nothing, with critically acclaimed, probably the best album of the past 10 years, probably.
Bold statement. to
I
make.
mean, I think it is. Right?
Okay.
Really, like, subjectively. But first album since 2017. That's 6 years. No public appearance. No. He had a few singles here and there, but nothing huge, really.
Sure. Nothing to come out in public for.
No. Yeah. So it comes out. He's headlining Coachella, which is the biggest music festival in the world. You know, 2 weekends back to back. He comes out hour and a half late. So Coachella is streamed on YouTube, the entire thing, everything's streamed. It came out an hour before his set that his set wasn't going to be streamed at all. He just wasn't going to allow it to happen,
True.
which is the Frank thing to do. Yeah, I guess it happens, whatever. Shows up an hour and a half late, does like a handful of songs. The later half of the set, he didn't even sing. It was just like the songs playing with no microphone input. It's just like him dancing around, like a listening party almost. You
Okay.
know, where it's weird.
Was his vocals playing over the speakers?
For the first half, he was singing the songs, and then like after that, he was kind of just letting the songs play and just like,
Okay, but like
Yeah,
his
like
voice
that.
was still coming out.
no,
It was just the instrumental.
no, it was like the song, the instrumental from like the voice and the song, like the studio voice from the song was still playing.
Okay.
The entire song was playing.
Okay.
And then he comes out and he was like, "Oh, that's curfew, guys. Gotta go. That's the show."
Deuces.
Deuces, that's it. Yeah.
Mm.
So they had this big hyped up thing about this big Frank Ocean
Sorry.
concert because we didn't
Sorry,
do
Andrea.
concerts, man. You know, it's like we've been waiting now, even starved as a fan, and you get nothing in return. You know, it's just like I don't know.
I think nowadays, what music producers, or when I say music producers, I mean people that actually make music. You know what I mean? Frank Ocean, you know, like Drake, Lil Yachty. I think they could give a shit less about the actual music. I honestly think that. I think it's really about, and maybe not in Frank's case because he doesn't make these like public appearances, but it's literally about like, can I get plays? You know what I mean?
I don't know what Frank Ocean's fucking goal is, dude. Does he want to just put on this front as this mysterious guy? Does he want to be Andre 3000? Is that what he wants to be? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I guess my thing is, if I'm Frank Ocean and I already have millions in my bank account, like I'm not trying to fuck with all the extra shit. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to live my life.
My thing is, if he wasn't so mysterious and did rare appearances like that, and he did like tours every album every 3 years, whatever, I don't think he would have headlined Coachella. You know what I mean? He'd be up
That's
there.
fair.
I don't think he would have headlined though.
That's
I think
fair.
it's the fact that he is rare that he got the headline for it. But
Well, like, I mean, do you think a little bit deep down that he only decided to do Coachella, one, because he was headlining, and two, because they probably paid him a lot of money?
Well, his brother died. His little brother died like 2 years ago,
Okay.
and they used to like go to Coachella together during like the Odd Future shit was going on with
Sure.
like Tyler and all that because he's part of that.
Uh-huh.
And he was always there. And when he died, that was his thing. He said during the set, it was like, "Oh well, my brother would have loved this." So he said that's why he did it. He said that during the show. He's like, "This is why I did this."
So you don't even think he did it for the money? Okay. So, like, that's why he didn't give a fuck, bro.
He
Like,
did get a bag though, I bet.
Oh, I'm
I
sure
bet,
he
yeah.
got a
Yeah.
bag, bro. I'm sure he got a bag. I guess my whole thing is like, if I had it like that, I probably wouldn't care either.
He dropped out of the second weekend. This weekend, he dropped out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
why
yeah.
wouldn't you?
You
know
have the
what I mean?
obligate. You signed the contract. You have the obligation to do it.
And like, I heard all sorts of stories about Frank Ocean, about like
The skating rink and all
the
that.
skating
yeah.
rink, and okay, folks at home, he had a skating rink set up for his like set at Coachella. Like people were gonna skate and like dance on the ice.
That's what you do if you're like the headliner. You put on a big show. Like Beyonce had a huge fucking thing when she headlined it, bro. Like she made a whole fucking documentary out of it.
It's like working
yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
You know
it's-
what I
it's
mean?
on par with that. Yeah.
And right before the show started, and this is why he was an hour and a half late, he was like, I don't want the ice skating rink, and you can't stream this shit anymore. You know what I mean? They probably don't want him back, low key.
Probably.
You know what I mean? And I'd be careful if I was you, Frank Ocean, because, you know, eventually those opportunities are going to start disappearing. I really think that. I really do. It's like the whole John Morant situation. You got to be careful, Frank Ocean, because one day Coachella won't call you anymore because Coachella will probably never call him again.
Maybe. Well, I think
You can't act like that, bro.
when I think of like mysterious people who don't make appearances publicly and all that, I think of like him, I think of Andre, and I think of Lauryn Hill, right?
Okay.
And I think any of those three people would still, maybe not headline. Lauryn Hill probably not, but Andre 3000 would still probably headline if he showed up today and wanted to do it.
Do you know who Katherine Heigl is? She was on Knocked Up with Seth Rogen, the blonde chick. She was in Grey's Anatomy, okay? And she was on Grey's Anatomy for like 4 seasons. They kicked her ass off because she was too hard to work with. I think eventually it catches up to you. I really do. I think if you make these like weird ass demands last minute that cause like maybe even millions of dollars in like lost profit, you know what I mean? I think some of these people will come up and be like, you're not worth it anymore. And I think you got to be careful, Frank. You got to be careful.
I think it's different with actors and musicians though, because like with an album you can do that shit not solo, but like with producers and shit. That's really just a solo album he put out last time. You're not working with anybody with that. But with an actor, you're gonna have a whole fucking set crew and people you're acting with as well. So if you're a hard person to work with, then it makes sense. But
Sure. But I
don't know.
mean, Frank Ocean's working with stage directors and producers
Yeah.
and director. He's working with all that shit, and he's like throwing it all to the wayside. You see what I'm saying? Like it still is a whole production.
If he put his own show on, I think it'd be phenomenal. But like just with the whole Coachella thing, I think it was doomed from the start, probably.
That's fair. Well, alrighty, everyone. Thanks for watching episode 8. That's 2 4s. 8 of the Slightly Influenced podcast. We appreciate you for watching all the way through. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and leave us a comment on who you think is going to win the NBA Finals. And if you don't know NBA, tell us your favorite concert that you've ever went to. That would be a good substitute. Thank you for joining us this week, as always. And I'm Austin.
Paul.
That's Paul. And we hope to catch you next week. Thanks, y'all.